Mike, what are we doing here, huh? This doesn't make any sense.
When the building manager called and told me what happened, I was as shocked as you are.
Well, why would anybody want to stick a knife in Cliff Nelson?
I haven't the remotest idea.
I mean, he's got his faults. He gets on your nerves from time to time. Maybe you wouldn't want him at your next dinner party, but this, no.
And he's about as dangerous as a 2-day-old puppy.
What do you think it was? A case of mistaken identity?
No, it doesn't seem likely.
Well, what then? Wrong place at the wrong time? Random robberies? I know those things occur in large office buildings.
Well, we could check with the police to find out if his wallet and watch were still on him when he was found.
Well, what else could it have been?
Logan, I really don't know.
What was he doing in the office at that hour, anyway?
Oh, you know Cliff. He never watches the clocks. Only this time his conscientiousness didn't serve him too well.
Mike, was he working on a specific case? Could that be the connection?
No, he was between cases right now.
Well, he wasn't up in the office making paper airplanes.
Well, there is one matter that he's given some attention to, but only in an advisory capacity.
Hello? Oh, there you are, Kelly.
Hi, Nancy.
How did everything go tonight?
Fine.
Are you all right?
Sure. Excuse me.
Well, Kelly, I wanted to talk to you, but...
You have no idea what Cliff's condition is?
No, Logan called and all he said was that Cliff was admitted to the emergency room at Monticello General.
What about the police? Have they arrested anyone?
No, at least not yet, not that I know of anyway.
My God, April, I mean, how did this happen? Why would it happen?
You are asking the wrong person. I never understood violence.
Oh, God. I hope Cliff recovers.
Yeah.
Look, I better get down there.
You going to the hospital?
Well, sure, I mean, Cliff is a colleague and a friend.
Draper, I really don't think there's anything that you can do there, and Logan and Mike are already there.
You telling me you'd rather I didn't go?
Well, no. I mean, if you think you should go, well, then go. I just really don't want to be alone.
News upset you, didn't it?
Of course it did. I mean, first Elliot and now Cliff. Besides, look, Logan said he'd call and he'd tell us, about Cliff's condition.
All right. We'll just stick around here and wait for Logan to call.
Oh, good.
Come here. Ooh, this is good. Hey, you're so cold.
I'm freezing. But this happens to be my favorite place to warm up.
Well, we're open 24 hours a day.
Glad. Oh, I'm so glad you're here. It sounds very selfish, but the first thing that went through my head when I heard the news was that it might have been you working late at the office.
Well, it's a good thing I'm not as diligent as Cliff Nelson.
I can't bear the thought of anything happening to you, maybe losing you again.
Come on. You're not going to lose me, honey. And we're not going to lose Cliff. That reminds me, I've got to call the court in the morning and postpone my case. I don't think I'll have any trouble doing it, though.
Oh, I'll bet Molly forgot all about the file, too.
Molly? Where is Molly?
Down at police headquarters making a statement.
Oh, well, that's not going to help her nerves.
No, I'm sure it won't.
Must we do this now?
Miss Sherwood, it really is best for us to talk while you still remember all the events.
Well, all I really want to do is go home and lie down.
Miss Sherwood, going over the details again now may provide us with a much better chance of apprehending whoever attacked Mr. Nelson.
Oh, yes, that poor young man. Now, is he going to be all right?
Yes, I'm sure.
Miss Sherwood, here's
yes?
your tea.
Oh, it should help you feel a lot better.
Thank you.
We understand you've been through a great deal. Now, I just want you to relax and tell us what happened this evening.
Oh, is it really necessary? I mean, I have already explained it to all those officers who met me in Mr. Scott's office.
You were in a state of shock then. You'll probably be able to remember a lot more now.
Yeah, well, I just soon forget everything that happened this evening.
Yeah, I'm sure you would. But I think you'll probably feel a lot better by talking about it.
Well, all right. Well, exactly what would you like to know?
You can start by telling us why you went to Mr. Scott's office this evening.
Yes, well, Mr. Scott received a phone call late this afternoon from Emily Michaels. She wanted to see him. But Mr. Scott had planned to go to the office to pick up some papers and bring them back to work on tonight. We couldn't be two places at once, so I volunteered to pick up the files, and that freed him to see Miss Emily.
So what happened when you got to Mr. Scott's office?
I went inside.
The door was unlocked?
Yes. Oh, Mr. Scott gave me a key, but I didn't need to use it.
Didn't you think that the least bit strange? The door was unlocked after business hours?
Oh, I just assumed that other members of the firm might be working late, or there was a cleaning person there.
And what'd you see when you went inside?
I saw him.
Him, Mr. Nelson.
Yes, I didn't know who it was at first. I just saw this figure of a man lying on the floor and with this awful knife stuck in his back.
It's all right, Miss Sherwood. What did you do then?
Well, I knew I had to call the police, so I used the phone and I dialed that emergency number.
What did you do after that?
I waited for the police to come. Oh, then I made another call.
Yeah, to who?
Mrs. Scott. I didn't want her to worry because I knew that I was going to be late. I also told her what happened.
Now, while you were waiting for the police to arrive, did you touch or move anything?
Oh, heavens, no. I was just so terrified I couldn't move a muscle. I mean, I waited outside in the hallway for the police to come.
Miss Sherwood, I want you to think very carefully about this now. From the time you entered the building until the time you reached the door of Carr Associates, did you see many people?
Well, I suppose I saw a few in the lobby, and there were one or two in the elevator when I got off, but I really wasn't paying very much attention. You know, I keep to myself.
Did any of these people act as if they didn't belong there, like they were out of place?
Well, how could I judge that?
All right. Did you see anybody on the floor where the offices are located?
Well,
Think hard, Miss Sherwood. This could be very important.
oh, yes, as a matter of fact, there was somebody.
A man or a woman?
Well, it was a man. A young man, I think.
What was he doing there?
Well, let me see. I was walking toward the office. Well, he must have been walking toward me from that end of the corridor.
Do you remember anything about this man?
Only that he was in a great big hurry because he almost hit me as he passed by. I mean,
Can't you
then
remember what he looked like?
Well, no. I only got a real little glimpse of him, and I wasn't paying much attention.
Concentrate, Miss Sherwood. How tall was this man?
Well, he was taller than I think.
Was he light, dark?
Well, he was fair, but I really couldn't be sure.
Look, was he wearing anything peculiar? Did anything about him stand
No,
out?
I
at
am
all?
sorry. I just can't remember anymore.
Well, the doctors keep going in and out of Cliff's room, but so far nobody's said how he's doing.
Oh, that's not very encouraging.
Well, I overheard one of the nurses say that he had lost a lot of blood, but apparently that's not too big a problem because his blood type is very common.
Yeah. Well, it's the waiting that's so difficult.
Well, Logan and I are going to hang around here until we get a definite word in his condition. And when we do, I'll let you know.
Okay, I'll be hoping for good news, Mike.
By the way, has Kelly come home yet?
Yes, as a matter of fact, just a little while ago, and he stopped long enough to say hello, and then he dashed up to his room. I think he has something on his mind.
Oh? I see.
Would you like me to bring him to the phone so you can talk to him?
That can wait, at least a little while. We'll talk when I get home.
Okay. Honey, remember that if you hear anything at all, let me know. And just in case you happen to talk to Cliff, give him my best, huh?
I will. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Good evening.
Oh, look, Nancy, I'm sorry if I was rude to you when I came in. I just needed a moment to think about something.
Kelly, we have to talk.
About what?
It's about Cliff Nelson.
I'm sorry about that, Nancy. I really am.
Sorry about what?
I'm sorry that I didn't keep my appointment with him. You see, I had a date with Jody, and I didn't want to stand her up, so she was waiting for me, and...
You had an appointment with Cliff Nelson this evening?
Yes.
Well, I knew that you were going to talk to him, but I didn't know that you were going to be seeing him tonight.
Well, I was. But I had the date with Jody, so I decided to call him up and cancel.
So that's what happened. You did cancel the appointment.
Well, not exactly. See, I tried to reach him, but his phone was busy or didn't answer.
Kelly, you just didn't go to the office at all?
No. I hope he's not going to be angry with me.
I wouldn't worry about that.
I mean, after all the time he's given me, I hope he wouldn't
Kelly,
appreciate...
sometime this evening, possibly just at the time that you might have been there, Cliff was attacked. In his office, he was stabbed.
Oh, my God. You can't be serious.
I am, indeed.
It's terrible. Who could have done something like that?
Well, the police haven't found anyone.
Well, is Cliff going to be all right?
I don't know. Mike is over at the hospital now, waiting for word.
I feel really awful. I mean, if I kept my appointment, I might have been able to prevent that from happening.
Kelly, please, there's no point in any speculation right now. It's done, and we just have to hope that Cliff is going to be all right.
I'm really sorry this happened, Nancy.
To tell you the truth, I'm very glad you had a date with Jody and that you didn't keep the appointment with Cliff. Because I'm thinking about what happened at the Unicorn.
I think I see what you mean.
I think you'd be better off setting your sights on someone who's good-looking and single.
Like you?
You could do a lot worse.
Draper suits me just fine, thanks.
But he's a married guy, right? Where's the future in that for you?
Married men leave their wives all the time.
Or you think he's going to ditch her and run off with you?
That's exactly what's going to happen.
If you believe that, honey, you belong in this place. Come back to reality, Emily.
Look, I know what I'm talking about. I know how Draper feels about me.
But that guy made you all kinds of sweet promises. Believe me, they're empty. To him, you're just a side dish. To me, you'd be the main course.
He loves me.
Don't kid yourself. You think when it comes right down to it, he's going to leave a wife? A wife and kid? No, that's two big strikes against you, Emily.
Look, I don't want to hear any more.
I'm just trying to save you a lot of heartache. Give up on it, Emily. You got enough problems.
All I have is one problem. And everything is going to be just fine as soon as I get out of here.
Getting out of this place is no problem. Not if you know the magic words.
Well, what are they? Tell me.
It's easy. You see the shrink, you just act nice and normal. Convince them you're cured. They'd be more than happy to bid you a fond farewell.
You really think so?
Yeah. They love to send their success stories back into the stream of society. It makes them feel really good.
You make it sound so simple.
You just gotta beat them at their game. You think you could do that?
That's what I'm going to have to do. I don't have much choice.
I'm gonna hate to see you go.
I can't get what I want here. What I want is out there.
Mr. Nelson. Mr. Nelson, you have visitors. Mr. Carr and Mr. Swift are here to see you. He's been heavily sedated. You only have a couple of minutes.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Cliff, how you feeling? Can you talk?
Can you get that nurse back in here?
Why? What's the matter?
I don't know if it's the anesthesia or something, but is that the most beautiful woman I've ever seen in my life?
Well, I think he's recovering.
You realize, Cliff, in a way, you have Draper to thank for saving your life.
Oh.
Well, if he hadn't needed that file from the office, he never would have sent Molly over there to get it.
Yeah, otherwise, you wouldn't have been discovered till the cleaning lady came in.
I'll be trying cases then in front of the great Supreme Court in the sky.
I know the police are going to talk to you first thing in the morning, Cliff, but if you feel up to it, we might get a head start.
Sure, yeah. I'll take a stab at it. Oh, this hurts when I laugh.
Did you get any kind of a look at the person that stabbed you?
No, I was blindsided. I remember leaning down over the file cabinet, and then I heard this thump, and my shoulder felt like it was on fire, and I just drifted off into dreamland.
You're very lucky that you woke up.
You think there'll be a big scar?
Why?
Be a nice conversation piece when I go to the beach, you know.
You never had trouble getting a conversation started, did you, Cliff?
Yeah.
It's a good thing that women aren't strong, or else I'd be dead now.
What'd you say about a woman?